All right, hey guys, Mr. Cook here. We're gonna start in on chapter 2. Section 1 is solving one-step equations, and our essential question for section 1 is how do you solve one-step equations in one variable? So we're only gonna have one variable, whether that's f or x or z or whatever our variable is, and it's only gonna take us one step in order to find the answer. This should be review for you. But if not, then here we go. All right, so to be fair, we're going to start off with kind of a warm-up problem. The amount of money each player starts with in a game must be the same. How much money must be in the chest? Okay, so this girl right here has how much money here? The 1/4. We can drag that up here. He's got 1/4, right? You know, this is just a one for me, one for you situation, right? And then we got a nickel and a nickel. Oops, sorry about that. And then a nickel and another nickel. And then let's see, we got a penny and a penny and a penny and a penny. Okay, and then so really, here I'm gonna put the nickel up here, and then I'm gonna take a nickel down and put 10 cents up. Does that make sense? Hopefully. So what do we have left on this side? We have 56 cents. And so what has to be in the chest? 56 cents. Okay, and it's just the concept of making sure things are the same on both sides. Okay, now this chest kind of acts as a variable for us, right? So our first couple properties here, addition and subtraction. Basically, we want to isolate the variable, and isolate just means get by itself, right? If somebody feels isolated, they're by themselves, right? So isolate means to get the variable by itself. So we're going to try to get everything else over to the other side of the equal sign. Okay, operations, that would be like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Also, it could be exponents, it could be parentheses. Those are all operations. Inverse operation. Actually, no, I take that back. It's addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The inverse of those would be kind of doing the opposite. So what's the inverse of addition? Well, that would be subtraction. What's the inverse of division? Multiplication. So it kind of undoes, if you multiply by 2 and you want to undo that, then you need to divide by 2. Okay, so those are some vocab words for you. All right, so here, in order to we need to move the 5, get a pen here, we need to move the 5 over to the other side. And the only way to get across that line is to do the opposite of what is to do the opposite operation, the inverse operation. Okay, so what's the inverse operation of addition? Subtraction. So we're going to subtract 5. Now, what we do to one side, we have to do to both sides. Okay, and so we end up with x over here equals, and then 15 minus 5 equals 10. Okay, you have to keep the scale equal. Think of this as a scale. You can't just take 5 off of this side and not take 5 off of that side. You have to do it to both sides. Okay, so over here, same thing. We want to do the inverse operation. So the inverse of minus 4 would be plus 4. And you have to keep the scale equal. You can't add it, just add it to one side. So we do it to both sides, and then we're left with x equals 10 again. Okay. So now here's our another practice problem for us. We got 15 plus s equals 42. Sorry about that. Now, this is really positive 14, right? Or sorry, positive 15. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to subtract 15 from both sides. You know, if you want to make your little wall, that's fine. So we need to subtract 15 from both sides, and we're left with s equals 42 minus 15. Let's see. That would be, subtract 10 would be 32, and then subtract 5 from that would be 27. Okay, problem number 2 down here. We'll extend our page. Okay. We have negative 12 plus x equals 17, and we can draw our wall. Okay, now it's basically minus 12, right? So in order to get rid of that, we need to add 12 to both sides. Okay, so we got x equals 17 plus 12 is 29. All right, next one here. Now, multiplication and division, remember they're inverses of each other. So in this first example, x divided by 2 equals 3. And so how do we undo dividing? We have to multiply. Okay, and that cancels itself out here. But we have to multiply to both sides, right? So we're left with x. And then 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, here, remember there's a multiplication right in between the two. So 3 times x equals 6. So how do we undo multiplication? We have to divide. And they cancel each other out. And then, oh, sorry, we have to do it to both sides, remember? 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay. So here, what's the solution of x divided by 5 equals negative 12? Well, how do we undo division? We multiply, right? So we're going to multiply both sides by 5. Okay, so we're left with x on this side. Negative 12 times 5 would be negative 60. So x equals negative 60. Next problem here, just doing lots of problems. Oh, here we go. It looks complicated, but really let's just follow our rules, right? So we have 2 times x equals 3/5. This is 2 times x, so we need to divide by 2 to get x by itself. Okay, and we got x equals. Now, this is where it might seem like it's complicated. Dividing by 2 is the same as multiplying by 1/2. Oh, actually, hold on, I'll do that down here. So we got 3/5. Dividing by 2 is the same as multiplying by 1/2, right? Because if you divide something in 2, that's the same as taking half of it, right? So we'll just multiply by 1/2, and then we can multiply across. So 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 2 is 10. So x equals 3/10. If you did it on your calculator and you did 3 divided by 5 divided by 2, you're going to get 0.3, which is 3/10. All right, last problem here. Rob is driving at 40 miles per hour, and Stacy is driving 3/2 times as fast. So really, that's like 1.5 times as fast. How fast is Stacy driving? Okay, so Stacy is driving 3/2 times as fast as Rob. Okay, so in math, we can translate, it's a language, we can translate it from English. So 3/2 times as fast as Rob is what Stacy is driving. Okay, and I know we have two variables here. Don't panic, because we know how fast Rob is going, right? Rob is driving 40 miles per hour. So if we do 3/2 times Rob's speed, that's going to get us Stacy's speed. Okay, so we can just plug in the 40 because that's how fast Rob is going, right? Oops, sorry guys. Okay, and that's going to get us Stacy's speed. Okay, and so 3/2 times 40. Let me pull up the calculator here. 3 divided by 2, which is 1.5, right? Times 40. That gets us 60 miles per hour. So Stacy is going 60 miles per hour. Right? And that's it for 2.1. Here's the homework assignment, the practice problems. Okay. There will be, I'm going to set up some sort of reward system for, get some competition going for completed assignments. I'm going to basically grade, we talked about this, remember I'm going to grade 4 problems at random. Okay, the rest will be graded on completion, so it'll be out of 6 points. It might not seem like a lot, but it's going to add up. Okay, so make sure you do it. No work equals no points. Okay, you need to show work. Even if it's literally writing the equation down, we showed work all throughout here, just like this. Okay, this is work. These are all examples of work. Okay, you might be able to do this one in your head. Oh yeah, that's easy. I'll just subtract 15. Okay, well just write down minus 15. Like that's all you need to do in order to show that, in order to show work. Okay, so no work, no points. Please show your work so you can get points for this. I want you guys to be successful. So that's it for section 1.